the photosynthetic organisms. So especially the red light and the blue light will be observed and they will be useful in the photosynthetic process. So this PS1 and PS2, so they are present in all the photosynthetic plants. So here, when you go for PS1, so you have 700 nanometer and PS2 is nothing but 680 nanometer. So what it is present in the PS? Generally, when you take a photo system, you have a reaction center. So this reaction center is also called as core complex, and below this you have so many light harvesting complex. So this region we call it as LHC, light harvesting complex, or antenna pigments, and is also called as accessory pigment. So now, when you go for core complex, the major pigment present here is chlorophyll A, and other than this chlorophyll A, what are the things present in light harvesting complex is nothing but we have chlorophyll B, we have carotenoids, and we have xanthophylls. So here, this chlorophyll A and carotenoids, it is called as universal pigment. So this is called as universal pigment because in all the photosynthetic organisms, these two pigments will definitely present here. And chlorophyll A, B, and you have so many different types of chlorophyll also. You have chlorophyll A, B, C, D, and these things you can find in algae and so many organisms. But majorly in a plant you can find chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Here this is reaction center. So why it is called as reaction center or core complex? Because when the light has been absorbed by the antenna molecules or antenna pigments present in this photosystem, they just transmit the light to the core complex, that is nothing but chlorophyll A. And this chlorophyll A, when it receives the light, it gets photoactivated. So what is photoactivated in the sense? The outermost electron present in the chlorophyll A molecules will be emitting out because of the light. So this is what happening in the particular light reaction, that is both cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So generally we might have studied about this diagram, which is cyclic, and non-cyclic we may call it as Z scheme. So here the difference between cyclic and non-cyclic is nothing but the electrons emitted out from the chlorophyll A molecules will be cycled back to the same chlorophyll A molecule. But here the chlorophyll molecules which emits the electron will not be cycled back to the same molecule. So this is the major difference between cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. And here, next one. So when these electrons get moved, you will have lot of electron carriers in between. So which are plastoquinone, plastocyanin, cytochrome B6 molecules. So these are the electron carrier will be present in this both Z scheme and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So generally here there is another major difference between these two things. Here in the cyclic we have PS1 alone will be involved, which is nothing but 700 nanometer. But when you take for this Z scheme, both here PS2 and PS1, both the photosystem will be involved in this Z scheme. Okay, so this is a major point about photosystem. And usually we all know where this photosystem will be present. So this photosystem majorly present in an important organelles. So we are very familiar with this, which is nothing but chloroplast. So chloroplast is the organelles which are majorly present in the photosynthetic plants or any organisms. There you have a special structure called granum, and these individual structure we call it as thylakoids. And each thylakoids are connected by stroma lamella. So here where the photosystem will be present. They are present in the thylakoids and stroma larva. So this is the place the entire system will be present, and this is the place where light has been absorbed and get activated. So these chloroplasts you can find in mostly when you take anatomy of leaf. So for example, I am taking dicot, you can find mostly the chloroplast in the palisade parenchyma and little bit of chloroplast in the spongy parenchyma. So this is the place where it is exactly located, and this is the place where it gets absorbs all the light and it gets transfer the energy to the this PS1 and PS2. So from here, what is the output of this PS1 and PS2? That is the cyclic and non-cyclic. What we are going to get from the cyclic and non-cyclic is nothing but ATP molecules. That is especially by a special theory called chemiosmotic theory. And apart from this, we also get NADPH2. So this is the major output of the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So these together we call this as light reaction, because without light it is not at all possible to get happen. So with this output ATP and NADPH2, plant will take this into the dark reaction. So with this output in this dark reaction, what the plant will do is they will produce starch or glucose, the food molecules, using C3 or C4 cycle. This is what the overall output of photosynthesis.